Oh, I used to see you making videos. I used to see this thing on the wall.
That's my actual office, not here. So, welcome guys. Welcome to a new episode of Unplugged with Stonore. With me today, I have Lone Wolf, right? I met Lone Wolf through TikTok, and he's a guy who is actively telling men to be sexually pure, right?
Yeah.
On the other side, I have Dante with me. Dante has come up like on my podcast several times, and he's talking about guys leveling up mentally, leveling up in every area of life. And he's somebody who is practicing what? Celibacy. But he broke it
Last year.
last year. How long did you go for breaking it?
2 years.
Oh, wow, okay. Wow. It could have been 3 years, but
You could have.
a babe actually raped him. I'm
It's
sorry.
not rape, full consent.
Full consent. That's a very bad joke. Alright, so guys, today we'll talk about like sexual purity. So I'll say first of all, what do you think when it comes to sex? What do you think guys are suffering with the most? Let's go like this first.
Well, most guys are suffering
Can I
with the ability to control their...
space? Just a little space. Hold on. So that when we clip, just a little space.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead. What do you think guys are suffering with when it comes to like their sexual desires?
They are suffering with the ability to control their sexual desires, really. Like,
Okay.
the fact that they cannot control their sexual desires makes them to do drastic things that they eventually will regret in the future, things that will make them lose their respect, things that they are not proud of, really. So I've seen a lot of guys waste their time, their effort, their emotions, their money, chasing women that do not really value them, because these women can smell neediness from like 1,000 miles away. And these guys are needy, they want to get their sexual desires met, and so they chase these women, and they expect these women to think in a masculine frame such that they would appreciate everything they have done for them and somehow give them what they want, which is more like a transaction. And these women don't really see things this way. So a lot of guys, they end up being broken and hurt simply because they can't control their sexual desires.
Okay. What about you? What do you think? Yeah. What about you?
Men suffer from.
Yeah. What do you think men suffer from when it comes to like sexual desires? What do you think like yeah?
Honestly, just waste of time, energy, and resources.
So it's a waste of time,
Energy and resources.
energy, and resources. Do you think these guys care about the energy and resources being wasted?
It's the lack of awareness that kills them.
Okay. So what can we do?
What can we do?
Yeah. So okay, lack of awareness. But I think when it comes to like sexual desires, there's been awareness for decades talking about guys, porn is crazy, porn is bad, stop masturbating. So what do you think? I don't think awareness is the problem.
Okay, maybe awareness is not the problem, but more of the intention to be disciplined.
The intention to be disciplined. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with him. Like, the kind of awareness that I would say is the problem is a kind of internal awareness. Like,
Okay.
there's public awareness, people are talking about it. Even the public awareness is not so much.
Okay.
But the internal awareness, which is like somebody really knowing that, this thing I'm doing is affecting me in the long run. It's going to affect the chances of me becoming the best version of myself. It's going to affect my presence. It's going to affect the way I look. It's going to affect the aura and the energy I carry around me. A lot of people, they are not really aware to that point. And it's because of there's a lot of so-called scientific media that promotes, masturbation. You see a lot of articles like on very, very important, prominent magazines like the New York Times, or like why your masturbation habit is good for you, why this is, and all these things are misleading. So internally, people may not be really aware, even though they may be aware, from an external point of view, in the sense that they watch videos like such as mine and some other people, but internally they may not be aware.
So you're talking about the fact that there's a lot of lies about porn.
Definitely.
And they make you feel like
100%.
porn, masturbating is a good thing to do.
That's my belief.
What do you think about you, Dante?
I mean, I have heard on several occasions that if you do not ejaculate over a long period of time, like, it actually affects your prostate.
So I feel like there has to be context there. There has to be context there because a lot of guys have believed that lie that if you don't ejaculate a lot, you're going to face it
but frequently.
frequently. So what I think is that there's been a massive conspiracy to make guys, should I say, give in to their sexual desires. Right? And again,
We call it propaganda.
it's propaganda. It is propaganda. It's still lies, but they make it look comforting. It's like it's natural. You need sex. You need to express the sexual desires. You need. But they make it sound like without sex, you are nothing, right? And so guys will be like, you know what? And again, the irony is they just want you to just ejaculate for ejaculating's sake. They want to sell products to you. They don't care about
I
you.
just met some of their people on my way.
So okay, so but let's talk about the lies. What lies? Because he's been actively. Do you get attacks for telling guys to stay pure, sexually pure?
Yeah, definitely. I get attacks, but nowadays the attacks are less than the support. Before, the attacks were way more than the support, but a lot of guys they are becoming let's say awakened.
More
They are waking up.
open-minded to
Yeah,
it.
and they are waking up. Some of them have, like, there was a particular guy that reached out to me like 2 months ago. Was telling me that, through my videos and through interaction with me, he has been able to stay away from pornography for 50 days.
50 days?
Yes, that his life has drastically changed. Like, the way he sees things, the way he sees women has changed. And that's really the mindset I want a lot of men to really have and embody, because it's frees you from a lot of pitfalls that are waiting for you. I mean, the economy is already hard for a man, for the average man. So you don't have time to be entering these pitfalls, right? You don't have time for all these things. You need to be working on yourself, developing yourself, leveling up, and attracting the right women into your life instead of chasing women. So that's just my own concept. I believe that at the right point in your life, if you focus on yourself and your grind and your purpose, and especially on your purpose, which is a particular work that you feel like you are inclined to do, I believe that you attract the right women into your life at the end of the day rather than chasing those women.
Dante, what do you think?
Repurposing.
Sorry?
I said on repurposing. It's just
Do you think women have made it easier? Try to come closer. Do you think women have made it easier? Do you think women have made it easier for guys to stay sexually pure?
no. The world has not even. The world itself has made it harder because you can't.
Don't check
You
it.
can't entirely blame women for these things. Men profit from it too.
I say women profit. Do you mean the companies that we
The
like?
organizations.
100%.
Exactly.
I think, okay.
So they are part of the promotion of these profanities.
Okay. So like I always say, if anybody's sponsor is praising a bad behavior, he has profit from it.
Yes.
He has profit from it. So one thing I know for sure is we live in a world of comforting lies. When they tell you, when especially women, when a woman will tell you, don't listen to them, Joe.
Sweet life.
Sweet lies. Like, don't listen to Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is lying to you. He probably doesn't have sex and he's jealous of you. Baby, come. And you have this mentality. I keep it. So, something baffles me when it comes to guys, right? When a guy will say things like, if you're talking to me about being sexually pure, who are you to tell me that? Like, who are you to tell me to be sexually pure? Do you come across such kind of guys?
Yeah, I have, definitely.
The way I live my life, I don't try to convince people by talking. I try to convince by doing. So
By
if
doing,
you don't
okay.
see me doing something, it's either I'm doing it behind you or I don't do it.
Okay?
So it's about your perspective.
You
of doing that.
practice what you preach.
Yes.
Okay? What about you?
Yeah, I definitely have, because I've gotten criticism as if, who are you to tell me to be chaste? But the truth of the matter is that I've never really, like my channel is mainly for people who already realize that they want to live better lives.
Oh.
Like, I'm not in the business of convincing,
Of
because I'm
waking
not.
people up,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not. I mean, you could get woken up from my content, though.
Yeah,
but I'm
yes.
not in the place of convincing people that you have to do this. There
Yeah.
are some people that at the point they are in their life, they are not ready for a message like that,
Yeah.
and that's fine. So even me, the point where I started watching videos about semen retention was at my rock bottom.
Okay.
I was at the worst point in my life. I was frustrated. I was broke. I was lacking confidence. I was sick. I didn't have friends around me. That made me to go within and start thinking, how can I level up? Why am I using pornography as a coping mechanism?
So you feel like those guys who are not ready for the message are guys who are not ready to wake up?
It's not necessarily that they are not ready to wake up. It could just be that the point they are in their life now, probably they are at the point where they are still making their mistakes. They're not done making their mistakes.
I like that.
It's just like that.
You can't
because-
force them
Yeah,
to stop making
you can't
mistakes.
force somebody. me, the point when I was, there's a point in my life when I was still young, when I just had a phone. I didn't have money to even buy data in the phone. My wish then is to have data so that I can watch more pornography and download more videos and download higher quality videos. So someone that was telling me then, even though I may not insult the person like some other guys insult me on TikTok, but I will still not be open to the message. You understand? Yeah, so everybody, like that point, I was still in the point of my life where I was making mistakes. So I'm not expecting everybody to just say, yes, that's what I need to do right now. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen like that
No.
for everybody.
I feel you. Some people feel like they are in that phase of life where it's like, I only live once. So if I only live once, let me indulge, right? When I think about that idea, I live once, let me just indulge the max now, so that when I'm like 25, 27, 28, I can stop.
So the way I see that you only live once, then people do most things from the fear of missing out.
Okay, fear of missing out, right?
Yes. So I already believe that life is not meant to be perfect. You are allowed to make mistakes. Yes. So when you know what you're doing, I feel like it's more about intentionality. You should have a set target. I would not entirely say goal, but like when you know what you want for yourself, you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. If you are being honest with yourself, you know when something is not going your way.
Yeah, you know when it's complete BS.
Exactly. So you know when to step back
Yeah.
and when to move forward. We all have like this internal sense of discernment. You call it instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know if you try something, obviously you are allowed to try it again. Like if you're trying it and you're seeing that this thing is only draining me and is not helping me, you know that okay, let me try something else.
Yeah.
In my time.
Yeah.
I can benefit from other things. There are so many things to do with time.
All right.
When you repurpose your time, I said I resigned. Now, for example, I'm switching from the topic. Slightly.
Yeah, no, but it's safe to digress. So far we come back to the course. Yeah.
Yes, I resigned now to like get back in my head space. I said I started dreaming more. I started thinking more clearly. Like less stress, sleeping normally, waking up normally. I work out when I feel like working out. I don't even work out all the time because I already mentioned that one during like the workout video we did that time. I just know what works.
Okay. So by how do you know what works?
By the results, like the way it affects me.
Okay, but you experiment and you see the results.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Finding out.
I feel a lot of people see that time, quote unquote, as the time to waste. So I feel like whenever guys say I have time, like bruv, what I miss is
that's the funny part. That's the funny part. We have time.
That's it. Yeah, we have time until we don't have it anymore.
No, like we actually have time. Like you can indulge in most things that you actually want to indulge in and still figure out how to do purposeful stuff with your time. Because do you know how long a day is?
If I'm getting right, what I said is that you can dabble in your bad habits and still get the result of a good habit. That's what you're saying.
As long as you're doing both, like it's kind of like balance. Yeah. See, I said back to the resignation part.
Yeah.
I wanted to find time to build myself. Then I realized that the job wasn't necessarily the problem. I was just letting the job drain me, and I was not doing anything for myself. I realized that today makes it 100 days since I resigned.
Okay.
When I write, I don't take up to an hour to write. I barely even take up to 30 minutes to write. I write.
Ideas flow.
I write when I feel inspired to write. I'll write. I'll record. I'll post. And I'll see that everything I did, I didn't even take up to 2 hours in the day.
Okay.
I know how. Okay, 8 hours to sleep. I've already.
Okay. So you think give or take you have like 4 or 5 hours to misbehave? Is that what you're thinking?
Like, you should not make your productive time less than your messing around time to start with.
Okay, so if I'm getting it right, right, it's more like be more productive. You have time to like play around,
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Okay, what? What do you think about what he just said right now?
Well, is it about all work and no play?
No, about be productive, but still go ahead and give yourself those pleasures, like later in the
I
day.
mean, like at the end of the day, like he said something before that. He said you know what works for you.
Yeah.
Like if you are the kind of person that you know, like you still that chilling part is still something
Yeah.
that is very very essential to your happiness. Then why not? If you don't do that, you'll be cheating yourself.
Okay.
You have to do what works for you.
Okay.
You understand? Me, I'm at a phase of my life now where, like, even the little times, like even my rest time now, I feel like it has to go
Very
go
very
into
important.
yes, it has to go now into some part of my rest time has to go now into my purpose now. Like before, like this, when the time is 11, I can just retire. But sometimes 11, I'm just finishing my life, and I'm like, I have to post a video by 7 a.m. in the morning, and I've not edited that video. So I'll edit that video from 11. Then you know what? I need to read about a topic that I'll say for the next live. So I'll read a new book. So I sleep most of the time. I sleep by 2 a.m. And I wake up in the morning, maybe like around maybe 7:30, 8. Or sometimes I even wake up around 6 or so. Because I'm not saying like I love doing that, but I'm at that phase of my life where I'm juggling so
Sacrifice
many
is
balls.
necessary.
Yeah, so I need to even cheat myself from my sleep time, you know. And I'm not saying this is how my life will be forever. I don't want my life to be, but for the meantime, you know, I'm fine with that because it's what I feel I have to do, not what I feel, what I know I have to do in order to get to where I want to get to. So,
100%.
but if I'm like I already have what I want and maybe I'm not, you know, I just want to chill out. I'm not really looking forward to, you know, like really I'm not so interested in what I'm doing. Like for example, now this my purpose. I feel like this conversation we are having now is in line with my purpose. The lives I do every day is in line with my purpose. The content I post every day is in line with my purpose. Like it's for me, it's like a job. Just that I'm not being paid,
Okay.
you know. But it's just like a job. Like I remember when I was working in First Bank. Like you can't miss one day now. Are you crazy? Who are you? So that's the same way I take what I'm doing right now. Like I just can't miss one day. Like even if I've not eaten, even if I get home today like 8:59, 9 o'clock, I'm setting up my camera to go for that live. That's the way I see. So I'm working in line with my purpose now, and it's stressful. It's not the best. Like it's not, but I still feel energetic doing it. That's another thing you used to know that you are doing the right thing. Actually, if you still feel energetic, you are going through stress. You are putting in more hours. You know, you are not having anybody saying, go, you are doing it, lone wolf, you are on the no support, no whatever, but you still find yourself being able to push yourself forward, then you know you are doing something in line with your purpose. There's always energy that's going to come to back you up at the end of the day because the world, God is in support of you doing that thing. So, but I'm not saying this is how I want my life to be forever. I still want to chill, but for the meantime, my purpose is doing this content. And for me, I've gotten to a point where I realized that for me, watching pornography and masturbation, for me, I don't even see it as fun. Like, I don't even enjoy it anymore.
The crazy part about that masturbation part is masturbation, sex, the post-nut clarity. Like, when you are done, you feel
Wait, pause. What the fuck is postal clarity? No, I can't want me to define what postal clarity is.
Personal clarity is just the awareness you get after you released.
exactly that aftermath, that irritation you get in yourself. You're like, okay, what did I gain from this now? Now I've drained energy from myself.
Exactly.
And I did not benefit anything
But
entirely.
what made you come to this realization?
I've seen, I've lived, I've heard.
Okay. You've been there.
Been there, done that.
All right. Okay. What about you? What made you realize all these things?
Well, what made me realize was that I was having anxiety. Like I couldn't hang around people. I was having low self-confidence. I couldn't talk to women. And I was very intelligent. Like I've always been a very, very bright person, like mentally, like, but in school I was struggling. I couldn't pass tests and exams very well. Like I was struggling. My mind would just, black out. I'd just be having brain fog. When the class, I was like, what can this guy just stop so that I can just go and just go and rub one out, just go and jack up. Like my mind was messed up. And I was thinking, I was trying to find a solution. But when I was going online, I was saying that masturbation is good for you. And I'm like, if it's good for me, why am I feeling so depressed and empty? So
So
that's
if I'm getting it right, you have a strong opinion that masturbation makes men depressed and empty.
I'm not just of a strong opinion. I know and I can prove it with anybody that I talk to.
How you don't masturbate here?
Eh? No, like by analyzing themselves.
All right.
By analyzing themselves, like they should check their track record. A lot of the guys that this is why a lot of guys resonate with what I'm saying on TikTok, because they just know. They know that they feel like it's not something you can deny. It's not something that you can really deny, because every man, immediately you release, you feel that loss of energy. You just can't deny it. You feel like your vision dims a bit, your body like as if something has left you.
Let's come down just a little bit. Do you think the whole idea of making women sexually liberal is part of the problem?
I mean, it's part, but it's not the major. It's not the major part. At the end of the day, every man is responsible for how he controls himself sexually, whether women are liberal or not. Like there's always been.
Okay, all right, so go ahead.
There's always been this kind of restriction, and the restriction has been good in a way like,
So
for women.
this idea that women should be hoes and prostitutes and everything, like women, if in your 20s go to the club and shake your ass, you think it's not part of the problem?
No, it's definitely part. But when you say liberation, like this is like the extreme of the liberation. Like there's liberation which is just a woman can do whatever she wants, and there's liberation where this is like the extreme.
I feel like there's this movement for women to just go out there and be sluts.
Yeah, there definitely is.
It's just, at some point, some women feel guilty that I'm not being slutty enough.
Because this is my prime time. This is my time. Like this is my time. I'm hot. This is my best time. I should be slutty and stuff. Yeah, I get that.
But the thing is, with every breakthrough, there's usually a problem. The generation before our generation, the major millennials, for example, now, the women from that generation and the generation before them, I think they had this like bondage kind of living life.
So do you think that bondage helps them or was it against them?
Like I said, with every breakthrough, there's a problem. They broke free from the bondage. Women started getting into higher positions. Women are doing freer jobs. And with that freedom and the fact that they already have the awareness, and the internet has mostly ruined this thing of awareness, because more people know, but the more people know, the less they think, because it is in front of them. They are seeing people doing these things and getting the things that they want. So if I'm seeing someone doing something and it's working for them, why should I not just do it instead of doing the hard thing?
Okay, I guess. So what that means is I'm comforting. The dangerous ideas are more comfortable. So a quick one, right? Thinking about it. If guys, if guys feel good about masturbating, right? A lot of guys never talk about feeling guilty.
I think they do. But I think guilt in itself guilt usually comes from probably religion or somebody telling you that what you are doing is wrong. Like if somebody doesn't necessarily know or have any idea, I mean, it takes a lot of discernment to really know that to feel guilty or to feel like what you're doing is bad per se. I mean, I felt guilty when I was masturbating though, but it was because I should believe it was because of Christianity. But even before I knew that Christianity frowned upon masturbation, I can remember the first ejaculation I ever had. I felt I was hiding. I didn't want anybody to know. So I don't know why I didn't want anybody to know. I can't place my finger on it. But instinctively, I felt like, this thing should just be secret between me and myself, So I think there's also still that part where everybody, deep down, even when there's no religious connotation behind that, I didn't even know what masturbation was. I didn't even know what I was doing was masturbation. But I was guilty about it. It was later I figured out, like maybe in the coming weeks or months. I was like, man, this thing is not good. Or the church says it's not good. I started reading, but then I also read medical journals and so-called experiments that said, go for it. It's good for you. 21 times in a month is good.
So I have this idea that Nigerian men, right? Nigerian men have a special problem with sexual urges.
I can easily blame the hardship with examples. Poor people have the most kids
Okay.
Because why?
Poor
What else
people-
can they do?
Poor people have the most kids.
You see a poor person having like 5 children, then they are begging on the road. Like, why are you doing that?
Do you think it's hardship that made them give birth to so much?
They can't
No,
make money.
I mean,
they
I
think
guess
all the
so
time.
I get that joblessness.
The only way they can ease themselves is to please themselves.
Oh, those that have kids, I find even those that are single too. I mean, a lot of them are single. A lot of guys are single. So Nigerian guys that are single, right? Do you think Nigeria has any effect on their sexual urges?
Yes, the question is funny.
Yeah,
You think
because,
Nigeria
okay, so
actually-
I feel like joblessness actually adds to this whole
Nigeria.
sexual problem.
I'm not necessarily. The way
Joblessness.
Saying joblessness is like categorizing people that do not work like 9 to 5 is like lack of purpose. That's like the major key. Because even the Bible will tell you that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. So it's not as if having a job per se, but having something that you are doing with your time that takes away your focus from. I'm looking for the word. From the noise,
Okay.
because the noise is everywhere.
All right.
People are posting every time. You cannot avoid it. If you like have the most curated timeline, you will see a naked woman at least once in 20 days. You see one woman that is saying, "Get ready with me to go to church," and she's nakedness. Like they are
I think TikTok should ban those videos. Get ready with me.
they are forcing these things on you.
Are you serious? Those kind of videos on TikTok.
Yeah, everywhere now.
I've
So
never come across
it's
them.
not sexual, but they trigger sexual thoughts.
Okay.
Like you see a person saying she's dancing, or someone said, "I just got these new shoes," and it's bum that she's showing you.
Okay.
Is that the shoe you bought?
they know now. They know.
Exactly,
know.
they are
It's
intentionally
clickbait.
doing it. It's
Yeah.
clickbait. They are gaslighting you.
Yeah, definitely.
So one thing I know for sure is that women will use their sexuality to their advantage.
obviously,
Don't worry.
And the irony is that it's always the weak men who they use. Right? And one thing that gets to me is, if a woman can use you for her using her sexual agency, she doesn't respect you anymore. If a woman can use you using her sexual agency, for example, she can get you using by dressing nudely, she can get you to fall for her. That respect is no longer there anymore. She might, in your mind, you think you won, you think you have access to sex, but to her it's like a control, like a tool to control you. What do you think about that?
100%. That's the essence of my channel. 100%. I 100% believe that. If a woman doesn't crave a man that she can easily control, she wants that dynamic of trying to fight for power, but she always subliminally, subconsciously, she wants to be defeated. She wants to be with a man that she looks up to.
Okay.
She wants to be the man that she looks up to. Imagine if, see, the reason why women are very spiritual is that women, they don't want to deal with their problems. Women are not attracted to men
Women don't want to deal
with
their
problems. They don't.
problems.
They want a man that can solve problems. That's why they keep praying to God. They keep praying to Jesus. Because
Wait, pause. Wait, hold on. I just read something which I remember. I said the message says that women would rather pray that God send them a man to solve their problem than for them to pray to God to solve the problem for them.
obviously, and the reason why women are so attracted to God or to pastors, God, Jesus Christ. I'm not saying I don't believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not talking about that now because I'm a Christian. But what I'm saying is that the reason they are so attracted to these people is because these people, they can't control these people. They can't control the outcome. Imagine if Jesus Christ was like,
Okay.
yeah, they can't. Imagine if Jesus Christ was like being seduced by their nakedness. Do you think they'll be looking up Jesus Christ? They're like, Jesus Christ, leave her now. I know what we go do. Go get them.
God. Okay, wait. What do you think? You want to say something?
No, I agreed.
So
It's just the reality.
So hold on. There's a scripture in the Bible in Genesis, right, where God says something like, the woman will try her best to want to control her husband, right? It's a cost that he puts on Eve, that you will try to control your husband, but eventually he will be a head over you. The whole idea is that a woman, according to what I read, right, from an interpretation, she is cursed, right? She's trying to power struggle with her husband. She's trying to control the husband. If she can control her, if she can control the husband,
That's the end.
No, hold on. That cause even becomes worse. She feels disturbed that I was able to control him. Let me dump him and look for another man.
Yeah, that's
but the
the end of
only
the
way
relationship.
she can actually elevate that cause is to find a man who is strong
Enough to subdue her.
to subdue her, right? So I think that is what the stuff. So that it makes sense why a lot of women, I feel like a lot of women who quote unquote claim they have power in the relationship, they're kind of bitter.
They are always see. If
A
you
woman that controls a man, it cannot be in a happy relationship. They don't like good guys. If you're a good guy, you're too simple for a woman.
So a good girl, too simple for a woman.
They get bored.
Okay.
a woman cannot control her tyranny. That's just the truth. She cannot control her. You see, a woman that is good, if she's with a weak man, she becomes a monster. Like a weak man brings out the most, because, and she will be like, she can be mistreating this guy, and the guy does not have a backbone to stand for himself, and she becomes even more disgusted at him for tolerating that bad behavior, her bad behavior.
Okay.
This is not, I'm not saying this out of hatred though. I'm saying this out of pure study, like pure observation. This is why a woman would always remember the guy that walked away from her bad behavior. Like, I kid you not, like they will always remember, and they will always idolize that guy in their mind. Even if the guy was toxic.
So in a situation where women use sex to manipulate their partners, right? What do you think the guy should do?
The guy should learn to control his sexual desire. It's not about pretending. Pretending can only get you so far. You can't pretend your way and pretend I don't care. You should learn to be able to stay by yourself as a man. It's very important. Like, when I started practicing semen retention, I stayed for over 2 years, 4 months. I was not watching pornography. I was not masturbating, nothing. Even, yeah, and the idea is that, even up till now, I'm still not doing it. Like, the idea is that I'm training myself because I understand that there's no way you can be with a woman that will not want to tussle power with you. It's not possible. She will always want to look for your weak points to control you. And as a man, you need to develop yourself and strengthen yourself against things like that. It's only necessary. It's not something that should be maybe I do or not. No matter the woman you are with, even if she's a good woman from a good home, from everything, she will try to manipulate you with sex. The problem now is you yourself. Will you fall for that manipulation? If you fall for that manipulation, then it signals to her that you prioritize your pleasure over your respect. Because I noticed that a lot of times, and a lot of elderly people, they've talked about this thing, like, when they want to have sex with their wives begin to control them. Off the lights, turn off this, and the man will be running up and down, doing all these things. Why? Because he wants to get his sexual pleasure, his sexual desire met at that point in time. And the woman knows that that's the only point in time she has the man.
She has the cards.
Like this. She has the cards in her arms, so she can play the cards however she wants. When a man learns to control his sexual desire, he puts him almost at the level of God to her, because she can now look up to that man and truly know that, she can tell that man about her problems, and that man can now, following the right order, that man can now communicate the problems if they are beyond him to God.
Okay.
Right? But because she's not looking at that man as, this is somebody that I cannot really control. As I said before, if women could control Jesus, Jesus would not have respect as he has in their eyes. I keep saying this thing, I will say this thing tomorrow. If women can control if they know that when they want to go to church to pray to Jesus, they will show their cleavage. And just will say, what am I seeing?
Now your prayer first.
It's finished though. There will not be respect to Jesus Christ anymore.
The church
it's because Jesus is untouchable. They feel like Jesus is just one person that is just there, that whatever they say, he chooses when he wants to respond to them. So they say, this is somebody I can look up to. A man has to be something like, not that you are heartless or you are or emotionally unavailable, but you have so much control within yourself that no woman can just, because she knows she cannot just manipulate you with sex. A lot of guys, they tolerate bad behavior. When the girl wants to apologize, he apologizes by giving them sex, and they just take it, and that's the end. You see, so being able to control your sexual desires, it changes a lot of things. It raises the table for women. Women know that they have to come with value. Maybe not necessarily money, but they need to know that they need to show up with something better.
So speaking of women have to come with value, right? I think women know the value they provide, but when they want to be dodgy, they act like they don't know.
They obviously do act like they don't know.
Because one thing I know for sure is that what women bring to the table is qualified, for example, peace of mind, nurturing ability. But when they don't like you, They start saying,
You have to pay for those things.
you have to pay for those things. You pay for nurturing. And speaking of pay for nurturing, what do you think about simping and being addicted to porn? Do you think simping leads to porn? Do you think porn leads to simping? Do you think they're both intertwined or something?
Simping and porn. I can't really connect. Like, there's always a connection, but like, there's no major
not clicking
connection
now, okay.
between simping and porn for me, because porn, we already know that porn is not real,
Okay.
but some people just want to watch it because they just want to. It is easy access to nakedness.
Mm-hmm,
But then simping, on the other hand, it is like more a one-on-one connection, not physical connection per se, but like you have access to reach this person. You are commenting on this person's post every time. You see this person, you're always trying to compliment this person. Just try to get on the good side.
Yeah,
of
so I
this
think
person.
simping is just one that has low self-esteem, trying to get validation from other people.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you think simping and sexual immorality or sexual indiscipline have a connection?
Yeah, I do think there's a connection, but as you said, the connection is not.
It's very thin.
It's more like a correlation, not like
Okay.
a cause and effect kind of thing. It's more
Okay.
like there's a correlation. Like the higher pornography you consume, the higher you idolize women in real life. There's a tendency for that. There's also a tendency that you can also go the other way, where you demonize women because they'll be like the source of your grief, and you see women and pornography has made a lot of men rapists, right? And it has also made men to be simps. So it depends really on how the person really experiences the whole thing. Because some guys will watch pornography and be like, you know what? Like, okay, let me give you an example now. You know this guy, what's his name? This serial killer in the U.S., Ted Bundy. Have you heard of Ted Bundy before? Ted Bundy was born and brought up in a Christian home.
Yes.
But he came across pornography. You know those violent erotica comics that they do not just normal sex, they do violent scenes like
somebody and have sex with the head.
yeah, something like that, like all this kind of crazy stuff. He came across all those kind of things, right? And the thing messed up his mind as a very young boy.
You should see.
I know this is-
They made a movie about him. It was Zac Efron that did it. Extremely wicked, evil, and vile, something like that. It was recent, like 2019.
So the guy was messed up to the point where the pleasure he was getting, he got to the point where he had become desensitized to those comics. So he now started looking for real experiences. So that was what drove him to start kidnapping women, using women for sex and killing them. You know, and after everything, he would tell you he was confessing because there was an interview on the day before he was going to be hanged. And he was like, when he wakes up the next morning, he feels intense remorse. But then the intense remorse gradually fades away when the hunger comes again. And the hunger comes again, then he needs to go and hunt again. So that's how it is. It's a crazy thing. So different people will experience porn and you know, there's this lady there was this particular video when I was still watching pornography. There was this particular video I watched where the girl, she was the lady, very beautiful lady, one black American lady. She was touching her, holding her breast and her organ, and it was like, you see this thing? All you men that are watching me, all of you are under my control. There's nothing you can do about it. You are going to be my slaves. I'll keep collecting your money because I think she had an OnlyFans account then. But I was watching that on another, maybe on a corn site, you understand? But she was talking about, I didn't even have money to pay in the first day. I was broke. So if I had money, I'm sure I might have paid, you know?
Speaking of you didn't have money, what do you think about free porn?
I think free porn is actually not free because you're actually paying with your life. You're paying with your life first. It's not free.
If it's not free, you're paying with your life.
Nothing is free in this life. If someone is giving you something, it's either they are baiting you, they are sowing a seed in you to come back for a higher effect, or they are going to collect something directly from you.
There's a hidden transaction somehow.
Everything in life is transactional.
Have you ever told the woman no for like she wants you to have sex? She has showed you the green light and you told her no.
Yes, I've done that. Like, I think 2 occasions I did that was even when I was in the north. There's this beautiful Fulani girl, right?
Fulani?
Yeah.
You told the Fulani girl no.
There was this beautiful Fulani
This guy had to clap.
girl like this. Although she was also like a drug addict. Like she takes all these crazy stuffs.
Hard
drugs and all
drugs.
So I turned around and she was like, I don't know why it is like, I think women are actually more egotic than men, to be honest. When you turn them down, they become more aggressively manipulative to get what they want because they feel like now they need to now fulfill their ego. Nobody has turned them down before.
Like
who are
you?
you
to turn me down?
That's the idea. That's the mindset they have.
So wait, before you proceed, right, I want to say something that women claim that they're emotionally strong. I disagree. Right?
They are not.
Just because they go through some emotions once in a while, right? I feel like everyone knows that they're emotionally weak and they lack emotional intelligence. So this is something, right? Every time a woman tells a man no, she expects the man to
Chase harder.
No. You don't think there's no and there's no now? Those are two separate things.
Obviously, they are two separate things.
No means that guy fuck off. She expects the guy to fuck off. So some guys stupidly will try harder. But when you not tell a girl, no, do you know what she tries? You know what she does? She tries harder.
Tries harder.
And as she tries harder, she sees that you're not budging. What do you think she does next?
She still tries to manipulate you in such a way or tell you are gay or something like that.
Guilt trip. So guys, if you tell a woman no, right, first things first is to attempt more, try harder. If it doesn't work, it's guilt trip. She'll try to make you feel guilty. If it doesn't work, right, and she still has close proximity with you, close proximity might turn to anger or violence. Right? If you see that if she's insulting you and it's not working, she'll be like, you're probably gay. Don't worry. It's like, see you, nothing. We are a man for nothing. You don't have anything in your life. Yada. And at some point, it can turn violent. Yeah, at some point, it can turn violent. And at that point, at which point do we call women emotionally strong? If they can't handle ordinary rejection. When men they collect rejection back to back.
And that's the thing, like rejection is that one thing that they don't really get to
they're never trained for
because
it. They're
even
never prepared for rejection.
Their upbringing is usually to satisfy them. Most parents would want to raise their daughters ideally by providing everything they want for them so they will not go seeking it outside.
Okay.
So if my father is ready to give me everything and is not collecting anything from me,
so it means the whole world too should give you everything.
That's it.
So I think a lot of the times, right, I think the way a woman turns out is the way her father treated her. What do you think?
Definitely, like a woman
That's why-
I mean, most women.
You hardly hear people talk about a woman with mommy issues. It's usually daddy issues.
Phew.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about it. We have never heard anything like that, like mommy issues. Even in boys, it's mostly daddy issues.
They say mama's boy.
No, it's not mommy issues. Mama's boy means that you are too attached to your mom.
Yeah.
Right? To the point where you can't even think for anything she says, you do. I think that's mama's boy. But I've never heard this person has mommy issues.
Exactly. It's
So,
always daddy issues.
So what that means is that the role of the father is always downplayed.
So it
in
still
reality.
boils back to men.
Okay.
Because the kind of man you are determines the kind of family you raise.
Okay. Pause. This is very important because it's a message to men that men, in reality, everything is still within your control. Your future is still within your control. Because I want this podcast to be a podcast we're not coming to bash people, but you listen to get impact, right? So that means is your life literally is in your control, is in your hands, right? If you want to build a healthy family, it's simple. Why don't you become the man that actually has the skills of somebody who has a healthy family? I don't know if I'm making sense right now. Okay, the women you're attracting to your life is a reflection of what is happening in your head.
Yes.
So if you're attracting baddies, bitches, hoes, it means that something is wrong in your head that's bringing those baddies to your direction.
That's like a partial truth.
No, I think so because every single guy that I've spoken to and says, okay, I want to get a girlfriend, I want to get a wife. And I'm like, tell me 3 things you want in a girlfriend. When they can't tell me 3 things, I know that this person is not serious.
Yeah, but you said it attracts the kind of women that come to you.
Yeah, like the ideas in your head attract a certain kind of women that come to you.
Exactly. But
No, that you go after. That you go after.
okay, exactly. So if you're talking about attraction,
No.
the more concrete you are as a man,
Yeah.
the more the options are for you.
Okay.
So you would get a taste, or not a taste per se, but like you have the option of regular women, you have the option for the promiscuous women, and you have the option for the in-between women.
Okay.
They're always going to be available. And obviously everybody wants like someone that is well to do. So all of them, you are their target.
So they're saying that women don't struggle with men, right? They look for the winners and win and pick the winners.
Yeah.
I think that's the harsh truth guys need to realize that women don't want to struggle with you. Forget all those Nollywood characters here in your head. Women don't want to struggle. Women want to look for this is the guy that has built himself. Let me just dock my ship here, right?
Yeah, but that's now the interesting part. Boils back to men.
Yeah, see, man.
Men
Men
are
always
the
the
ones
prize.
who choose.
Yeah?
Women would how would I put this? They streamline their wants from in men.
I don't get.
They streamline the type of men that they will actually want to settle down with.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
to an
but they
extent.
cannot make the man choose.
Yeah,
them.
they can't make the man
That
choose
is
them.
where
They can only try to manipulate to an
exactly.
extent.
That's where they bring their feminine wiles into the game
Okay.
to make themselves seen. To the
Okay.
men.
Oh,
It's either-
yeah. They
it's
try
either
their possible best.
They actually have meaningful value, conversation value, peace of mind, nurturing value, like women that you can actually communicate with. And when they know that they can't deliver on that plane, that is when they offer what God has given them.
No, but I think so. A lot of women can't offer peace of mind. They can't offer jack shit. So they just go straight for sex.
That's what I'm saying. When they know that they can't settle down, they can't sit down and play that game with you, because at the end of the day, everybody is always trying to be 2 steps ahead.
In what sense?
The way I have perceived life to be, everybody is out for their own personal gain.
Standard.
Yes, because not only your life, not only you did this life, if anything do you, moving on.
Everybody knows
Life goes on. So everybody is after the next moment. Like, how can I get from here to here? It's either I manipulate my way through it, or I find a solution.
Okay.
It's usually easier. And women do this thing where they pretend to be weaker. It's part of their manipulation game. They pretend to be weaker. They pretend
Female
to be,
manipulation. Okay.
they pretend to be dumber. And I don't even believe. See, if I can think of something, I automatically believe that the brain in your head is capable of connecting these same dots. It might take you longer, but you can figure it out.
So do you think women and men have equal, like they have similar thinking faculties?
I would not say no and I would not say yes. I
Choose one then.
would explain why I will not say no and I
Okay.
would say yes. There are obviously like
Similarity.
women geniuses out there too. It's all about our upbringing. Like the
okay.
way men are more pressured to be better.
Okay.
Women are more pressured to be modest.
Women are pressured to be modest. Women are pressured to be modest. Come again, say it again.
Men are pressured to be better,
Okay.
and women are pressured to be modest.
Make it make
In a
sense.
sense that you'll be hearing, is this how you're going to do in your husband's house? This one down.
Oh, that's normal training now.
And no, that's what I'm saying. That's the upbringing they give them. They don't bring
No, the
them
girls
up.
these days. The girls they have different upbringing
Millennials
now.
are no longer parents.
Gen Z now parents now.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
the problem.
So Gen Z being parents, that's the problem.
The thing is, when you force a child not to do something,
Alright,
the child most
we do it.
likely is going to want to do it. So imagine living under the bondage of a millennial parent, the stricthood of their parentship. Now you have your own family. You've promised yourself that your kids would not experience those things that you experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that freedom that you did not have, that even kept you safe enough. No, obviously, people get traumatized off the upbringing of millennials and the pre-millennials.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't sit down to actually analyze and reflect on the fact that it actually helped them.
Okay.
They only
Like that suppressed desire has made them.
exactly
Yeah.
the suppression, it comes out in full force. Little did they know, or little did they think of the fact that the time that they could have actually really done those things has passed. You cannot be saying you want to be promiscuous and you're in your husband's house.
No, a lot of these women these days, they have found a way to do that too. To be promiscuous in your husband's house, to be hoes in your husband's house.
That's what I'm saying.
It happens now.
Gen Z, girls' night is more normal than then.
Okay, yeah. So I think we live in a culture that has pushed women towards that idea. But you know what? Let's come back a little bit. Let's not talk about guys breaking free from this sexual addiction, right? Let's focus this next section on guys becoming sexually disciplined. Where should a guy start from if he wants to become sexually disciplined?
You must start from solitude.
Solitude.
He must start from being by himself and clearing out his environment. So as a man, if you want to quit your addiction to pornography, to masturbation, even to sex and chasing women, you need to be able to sit with yourself. A lot of us as men, we can't sit with ourselves. Because when we sit with ourselves, there are a lot of thoughts that come. Threatening thoughts that ask you, are you giving your best to the world? Are you living in line with your purpose? So many guys have done a lot of things to kill their purpose or that voice.
Okay.
But the voice can never die until you
Okay.
die. Because like I speak to a lot of guys, they are doing internet fraud and they are wondering why some of them have linked the fact that they are living in disalignment with their values
Okay.
as one of the reasons why they are actually stuck in all these addictions. Like many Yahoo boys are addicted to sex, porn, masturbation, and whatnot. And the reason is because when I even ask the guy, what do you do for a living? They're like, guy, just leave that. Like, they're not even proud of it. For the fact that they're not proud of what you are doing for a living, it shows that there's already a huge disalignment. Because, I mean, if you're a Yahoo guy, say, I'm a Yahoo guy, you know, it's better because you know, okay, that this aligns with your purpose. But the fact that you are not proud of what you are doing, it means that there is a hole inside you and you're using pornography to cope with that hole. And so you need to be able to stay with yourself and allow those negative thoughts to come and face them. That's the first thing. Because a lot of when those negative thoughts start coming, we'll start looking for funny videos. We just want to not deal with that thing. And that's the problem. You can't not deal with things, the voices that come in your head. You know this, do you know this WWE superstar Randy Orton? You know his theme song? I hear voices. He hears voices. And he deals with those voices, right? Many of us, when we hear those voices, like, no, I don't want to hear, I'm not giving my best, you know, let me just start watching one TikTok and before you scroll like five times.
So you're saying, if I'm getting you, people are distracting themselves from their internal voice.
From their internal voice, because that voice is not pleasant. But that's the only voice that when you follow that voice, you become happy with yourself at the end of the day. Because every man knows, see, the reason why women, I wanted to answer that question, I wanted to talk about it, but the reason why women don't really, are not as performance-oriented or as successful as men is because it's not their desire.
Okay.
They don't see there are some men where it's not their inborn desire. Like there are some men where if you like someone like me now, if you tell me now that you know what, I want to just give you $5 million. Stop making these videos on TikTok anymore. Stop chasing your purpose. Just relax and enjoy your life and chase women and carry all the women you want. I will turn it down straight. I will not even think twice.
Okay.
I will turn it down because
$5 million.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I will turn it down because I've come to a point where I realize that I cannot live. I cannot be happy. I cannot live and be happy if I'm not doing what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
This is my purpose. It's not. I'm not doing all these lives because of the money I'm going. I don't make any money from all these things. I spend hours. It's because I know there's something I want to do, and that is the only thing that can give me joy. Women are more built for enjoyment. They don't want to work if they have the opportunity. They don't want to. They want to enjoy, and this is why this is why they are very brutal in selecting men, because they want someone that can give them that environment. This is why genetically they are programmed to always look for weakness and weed out the weak men. And this is why they'll be playing all these games. These games may not necessarily be like, I want to punish this guy and see. It is something that is subconscious, that they do subconsciously, because they want to weed out the weak men, because these weak men cannot ensure. Okay, just think about like maybe like 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago, when things were not like this, the roads were not paved, you could be walking on the road and the tiger just pops up. Can your man defend you from that tiger? Is he a man that will be crying about how she treats him?
Tiger.
That
It's survival of the fittest.
it's survival of the fittest. So they will always
fastest. Survival of the fastest.
exactly. So they will always choose somebody that they feel like this person can give them protection. That's why women are still attracted to men that are dangerous physically as well. But also, even now, the games have changed, the dynamics have changed now. Even financial protection is also important. Then there was nothing like money. Maybe a man that is high value will be a man that can kill the biggest animal and bring the biggest amount of meat to the tribe. But now there's financial protection, so every man needs to also have something. But I'm telling you that there are a lot of men that if you just tell them that, okay, there are some people that are driven, just someone like Bill Gates now, even though maybe his agenda may not be the best for everybody, but if you tell Bill Gates, drop your agenda and I'll give you money, do you think he will agree to that? Or do you think Elon Musk will agree to drop his agenda of going to the moon and all those
They have
things?
all the money in the world, so I don't think...
Even if he didn't have the money.
Money can't be the motivating factor anymore.
But even if he didn't have the money, a young Elon Musk that struggled through all that being broke and
phase.
not failing multiple times, selling all his property, do you think he would have given up his dreams for money? No. Because most men, especially men that are living in line with their purpose, they are driven internally to contribute something to the world that is not dependent on how much money they have. There's a kind of pleasure that men get from living in line with their purpose that money cannot give. Women don't so much have that desire to work. That's why to work is more of a... See, most women, like, even with even as their professors, if they have the opportunity to not work and to live a chill life, they are happy. But a lot of men are not. They have the money, but they still want to work. Just like my dad now is a lawyer. He still, when he sees somebody that is being marginalized because the person is poor, he will fight that case to the end. Sleepless nights, he'll be reading. The person doesn't even have money to pay him. Why? It's because of his purpose.
You have this idea that without a purpose, the man is basically useless and empty. It's empty on the inside.
I won't say he's useless, but
useless I think he's empty.
He's empty. He's empty.
Or rather, there's a hole inside.
There's a big hole inside.
What think about it? Well, let's go back to the original question, which is if a guy wants to stop, to make a guy sexually disciplined, right? Where should he start from?
He said solitude.
Yeah, solitude.
And I'll follow up with solitude.
All right.
We're learning to say no. Like, just try it out.
So that's like discipline. No, so okay, that's if the guy should start flexing their no.
Yes.
All right.
And they should stand by it.
Okay.
For a difference, for a change, to see how people react when you don't provide.
Okay.
Their instant desires. Thing is, men are mostly subconsciously people pleasers.
Pleasers?
Yes.
Pleasers?
Yes. Most men don't want to disappoint.
Okay, go ahead.
It's part of the upbringing.
Go ahead.
You have to always deliver. You have to always be able to show up. You have to always be able to drop something, bring something to the table. That was majorly a man question before people started asking women now, and they started fighting the question.
That question to me is very stupid. What do you bring to the table? Asking a woman. So I was asking a woman what you bring to the table. To me, I know what I say is pretty stupid. Is apart from sex and kids, what does you think women really bring to the table? To a man's life? Sex and kids, apart from sex and kids, what does you think?
I mean, if a woman that aligns with you, that's why I say for me, any man that is choosing a woman, you should actually choose a woman that aligns with your purpose. But first, you need to have a purpose and something that you are really after.
Okay, so what that means is that's something that you can experience, not something that you can calculate.
Well, I don't.
The point is that if she aligns with your purpose and value, it means it's something that you can experience. It's a what do you call it? It's qualifiable.
Okay,
for example, now as a man now, I can tell you I'm bringing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
But now, for a woman, it's like you are saying that the woman should be supportive on your purpose, with your journey and the rest. What that means is that you cannot quantify that.
Yeah, you definitely can't continue. And it's not even like she should be forced doing that. It should just come from her naturally. What you are saying is the truth, actually. You know, like from women, you shouldn't expect a woman to be your best friend. I mean, there are other men for that. Trust me, if you make women your best friend, they will run away from you. They don't want problems. See, women are not attracted to men for your weakness. It's for your strength. Once you understand it's a biological thing. I mean, few women are able to, rise beyond that biological programming and, really, really intensely care about the man that they are dealing
I know where
with.
you're going to with this. Okay.
You get, but truth be told, every man that doesn't familiarize himself with that truth, that women are more self-preservative. They are more after their well-being. And if they have children, maybe they prioritize the children beyond above themselves. But you as the man, they rarely prioritize you
I think
above themselves.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think it can happen, but I really doubt it.
Okay, so
Very rare.
let's go back to topic. What that tip do you have for a guy who's trying to break this sexual indiscipline or sexual immorality or something? It's called sexual bondage.
Yeah, so as you said, stop trying to please people and stop giving a fuck what people think about you.
So say no to create boundaries.
Saying no to create boundaries. And I mean
Stop
no, not
giving
just
a
no
fuck.
to sex. So
That's everything you get.
no to anything that is not serving you, because I don't want to say what I would say because it's going to sound, but no to anything, especially no to the inconveniencing yourself, especially for women.
No, say it as you say it.
Yeah.
Say it as you say it.
Don't learn to say no, especially when it involves you inconveniencing yourself for a woman.
Okay.
Learn to say no. Because it makes you start to realize the value you have. Because it makes you realize people that even care about you in the first place. But aside from that, now let's talk about semen retention properly and quitting pornography. I've talked about solitude. I've talked about learning to say no. Now, the next thing you also need to do, obviously, is to weed out your environment, clean your environment. When I say clean your environment, what I mean is that not just your physical environment, but also your mental environment. Now, your physical environment could be your room, your friends, the people you hang around with. There's some guys, they want to quit pornography, but they have one very sexy picture of one model in front of in their rooms, hanging as their banner. When they wake up, that's the first thing they are seeing.
Wallpaper.
Their wallpaper. How do you expect? Maybe their wallpaper on their wall, and maybe their wallpaper on their phone. So they are always 24/7 stimulated, and they watch movies like that. If you watch movies of today, most of the movies of today, they are completely sexual. Like, even when the sexual scenes are not necessary. Like, I was watching this movie recently. What's this Jason Statham? Yeah, this movie, The Mechanic. And like the movie was going on so fine until it got to a point where he would just enter one hotel and just sleep with one lady for what? Like, how was that part of the scene? How does that enter the story? It did not make sense in the story like, at all whatsoever. But they just had to show it. Or there'll just be a movie you watch, you just see two gay guys kissing, and when the main actor is passing one passage, they just show two gay guys kissing. Why? It's not this is our agenda, it's just to make those things seem normal. And a lot of guys, you are consuming all this content, you are thinking it's harmless, but it's messing up your brain. You are watching all these videos, you are watching all these music videos, all these, especially these Black American music videos. Everything is just sex, cocaine, drugs, sex.
That's what sells.
Exactly. So, but you need to clean that environment. And that's what I mean by cleaning the environment.
Do you think sex has been weaponized against men?
I don't think so. I know. It's obvious. Like, if you can look at the environment, it's very, very obvious that sex has been weaponized.
And women are also used as the tools against men.
Yeah, women are
You cannot send a man to come and massage my body and I will move.
Exactly.
So it's mostly to be a woman.
You never met square men before, man.
That is when you get defensive now. Then you start throwing hands.
I swear.
You will not want to punch a woman to start with. You don't want to get physical with a woman. Like, what kind of woman would you want to punch to start with?
Depends now. If she just to drug me, you date the woman like this, but I get your point. I get your point. So yes, I believe that sex has been weaponized against men. Where men can become weak. And when you have weak men, so I'll be thinking, right, why are they trying to make men weak? And it made sense to me, right? The reason they're trying to make men weak is because when men become weak, they become easier to control.
Yeah.
When men become weak and they become easier to control, automatically, some women rise. And what makes it interesting is that women by default are the easiest to control. So the women that rise are the ones that easily get controlled. So I've noticed that yes, the goal of men being weak is so that they can establish control over the world. Because when men are strong, it's difficult to control men when men are strong. Oh. It's very difficult. There's a reason. The time when they push for vaccines, right? The most men that had the vaccines are the weak men. Weak men, a lot of the weak men, like, to be very frank, democratic men are mostly weak men. I'm sorry. There are a lot of Democrat men that are weak in the US. A good number of them got the vaccine shot. And I think they are paying for it badly, health wise. So, what other tip do we have for guys who are trying to quit porn or
Clean
something?
out your social media environment. Many of you are following buddies on TikTok, on
Shit.
Instagram, on
You see,
social media.
when I'm
You are
trying,
giving
when I'm trying to help any guy, right? After like a week or two, but I say, please show me your social media explore page. And I see anything that he gets, I say, you're not serious.
yeah, so they are following all these buddies, you know, and these women, they don't really give a fuck about you. I'm just trying to be very, very genuine. These ladies, what they care about is attention. These buddies on
Like
social
I said,
media.
we're living in a world of capitalism. Yes, so they would only most likely do what is profitable to them.
Yeah,
So that is what is selling. They know that men want these things, and even back, I don't know. I keep citing like the Bible and whatnot, but like I don't know if it's the Quran or the Bible that says something like, at some point there will be more women than men. There already are more women than men.
yeah,
So there is a competition amongst women to be the ones to benefit from the forefront of the whole madness. So if this woman is attractive and they believe that this woman is more attractive than me, how can I make myself more presentable? Or presentable is not even the word, more desirable to this person. The most convenient way to make yourself more desirable is to show what they actually want from you.
exactly.
So when they lay it out, it's now a matter of self-control. Am I going to jump at this offer because I might not get it again? Or I don't care about this offer because it will come when the time is right.
Exactly. That's just it. That's just this. It's the same thing I believe too. So a lot of these guys, they are following this lady, and I used to wonder how their accounts grow so fast. Like I'm working hard, like 247, making videos, 3 videos in a day, editing videos, posting.
If you go to Twitter, all a woman needs to do is to post 3 selfies, say, "Hi, I'm new here, show me around." In a month or less, she already has more than 500 followers.
Yeah, that's the
Without
this
effort.
yeah.
Without effort, a woman will grow her account to 500 followers.
A guy growing his account that same way, it stays blood and sweat. So I look at this lady, it's like that TikTok live is off, right?
Sure.
Okay.
What? You already do anything in this one.
Okay. So I noticed that like these ladies, like they will just join TikTok. In less than 2 months, they have 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Because they are twerking on social media. And it's men that's why I keep saying that all these problems we have, all these dysfunctional women we have, I've told you naturally, women are made to be followers. They are not made to be leaders. I know a lot of men are watching this podcast. They're like, what do you mean? That's anti-feminist. But they are not meant to be leaders. Women cannot control their tyranny. If you put a woman above you in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, the both of you will be miserable. She will disrespect that man to the point where either the man ends the relationship or he runs away or he just gets broken. And then she will defect to another camp when she sees another man that can actually handle and deal with her nonsense. So what I'm trying to say is that these women, their dysfunctional behavior are being funded by men.
Yep.
The moment a man can, you know what, like, he calls a girl and he says, you need to send me 700K before I can come for the date. I'm like, okay. And he just calls the call and ends the conversation.
And it doesn't reach back.
It doesn't reach back. they will reset their. See, women have very, very high egos. So if a guy sends her 700K for the first date, she will assume that is, she can't do anything. I can't go less than that. Very, very fast.
You've
That's
already
how they
set the
behave.
standard.
You've already set the standard. That's how it is for them. They are very, 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 very egotistical. So it is men that set the structure. You can't please a woman, or if you do it, you will die trying to do it.
That's
They are never
part of-
satisfied.
That's part of why I said they should learn to say no. Because it's not because I even want to say no, more of because I want to know how you react to me not being able to give you what you want immediately you want it.
Exactly. That's a telltale sign that it tells you how the woman looks at you. You know, if
And
she
it's
sees
just-
you as
it's
a
just giving them-
utility.
It's giving them a taste of their own medicine, and it is very bitter.
Yeah. Women see a lot of men as utility. Like, she has a guy for when her data is finished. She has a guy for.
One thing I tell my platform is when we raise things like this, right? I don't want to raise it because I want guys to feel bad or feel bitter against women. I want guys to say, okay, if this is the case, right, what should a guy do within himself, right, to not be seen as a utility, or not to be seen, not be a utility.
See, the truth of the matter is that there's no way a guy cannot be seen as a utility. It's just that, are you a utility that can be respected? Because there's no way. It's inbuilt inside these women. See, I
think so. Because there's a saying that men are seen as success objects, women are seen as sexual objects.
Yeah.
Right. So I think so. Me asking that question is more like asking, how should a woman not be seen?
Yeah, as a sexual object. Exactly.
So, to be very frank, I think they know that they're sexual objects.
Yeah, they know and they use it.
So I think what I think the problem is that men are seen as sexual objects or success objects, but men want to feel more than that. And women know that they are sexual objects, and they too want to feel more than that. So let's imagine that yes, it will always be that, right? But what should a man do?
What a man should do is, again, if he's addicted to pornography, he needs to quit all those things and to learn to stop simping, for Christ's sake. Because simping doesn't change. It doesn't help you in any. Like these women can receive everything from you. But because they know you are giving them those things out of desperation, they still will not give a fuck about you. As in, and men don't understand, because we don't understand this thing, because we as men, we understand, we have a concept of gratitude, or a concept of, oh, I owe this person something, like, that guy tried for me.
Okay, so I think so. What I'm saying is, guys understand the game of contract, social contract. What that means is, if you help me do this, I will respect you for it.
I'll feel like I'm indebted to you.
Yes, that's like a form of social contract.
Yes.
It's not legal, but I just feel that indebtedness to want to pay you back, right? Women don't have it.
They don't. They see it as a nice gesture.
It's like, so that's, I thought that the guys.
That's the bare minimum.
That statement, I feel like punching any woman when I hear that statement of bare minimum, because anything they call bare minimum is almost never bare minimum.
I swear the bare minimum is a standard set by someone on the internet.
It seems that are making life difficult.
So, and what women don't realize is a rich Sims strategy of dating is, okay, I have those self-esteem, right? But let me show this woman materialism in a way that no man can compete with me. So if no man can compete with me, they boy you were. So they will raise the woman's level to a very high level. Then before they can see any man that will match this lifestyle, to be very, very long. So guys, let's wrap up because we're about to start the after hours. I feel like so after hours is simply a part where we're like on different topics. This one was majorly about sexual urges, but the after hours is much more random. There is you know how after hours go, right? So do you have anything you want to say right now before we end this?
Yeah, the only one thing I want to say is that as a man, once you're able to control your sexual urges, you become a dangerous man. And you become a very focused man. And you become unstoppable, really, because nothing can stop you, really. When women can manipulate you, nothing can stop you. So I think it's something that you should want to really experience. Instead of, depleting yourself every single day and chasing women and, pedestalizing these women. See them as normal human beings who are also like having different faults and imperfections of their own. Don't see them as goddesses or as queens.
I heard a joke that if you want to bring a woman down to her level, just watch her fat. Phew! it makes you know that she's human too. She's not a god. How about you? That anything to say? to the guys?
As a guy, if you want to be honest with yourself, or if you want to break free from society, you should learn to listen to yourself and
Mhm.
erase the mental noise, the outside noise. There's always going to be noise.
Okay.
Yeah, you should learn to, and you should accept the reality that most of the judgments that fuel your insecurities are self-based.
Okay.
Most of the people that are
Or
insecure,
self-inflicted.
exactly, they judge themselves based off comparing themselves to men that they actually. We did not talk about that. They
No,
should
we'll talk
not.
about it. We'll talk about it. Don't worry.
They don't compare themselves. They should not compare themselves to other men that have gone through the work without showing it.
Example, kids that are that inherited wealth. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because now you're telling yourself that this guy is stunting, is doing this. Oh yeah, you said go and work on your own now. It
Okay,
will take
so-
time, but you will get there. It is a game.
Okay.
Like
So okay, so brothers, this brings an end to like the major unplugged, right? So we're going to be having like the after hours. After hours is much more, but touching different topics. So hopefully stay up for that. So guys, thank you very much. Talk to you soon and stay unplugged.